Hey Thrones fans, this is Adam from the Oklahoma board game community, and today we're bringing you Game 3, the finals of our local tournament. So we got a Targaryen Banner of the Lion on the left and a Martell Lord of the Crossing on the right. And for our starting setups here, you're going to see a Hound and 2 Targaryen Loyalists, which are just the Targaryen Reducers. 1 cost, 1 strength, 1 icons, and a Plaza of Punishment. And then for Martell, you're going to see a Littlefinger, Dornish Paramour, and a Blood Orange Grove. So the reducing location for the Martells, and a little bit of extra gold going into the plot phase with Littlefinger. I kind of hate to see Littlefinger that early, just for the gold. I like to use him for the draw if I'm going to use him, but income is income. And as everybody knows, with Lannister being one of the most popular and strong factions right now, money is never a bad thing. So first plots, we're actually seeing openers of a noble cause from both of them. Overly common in our meta at this point. The match you're seeing is earlier in the meta, so it's pre-Wolves of the North, and so there's just less plot choices. Noble Cause was really popular at this point. Still is popular in a lot of decks, but you're seeing more naval superiority to counter it, and a few other things just to at least make it not consistently your first plot ever. So we've got another location reducer coming out, using it to play a character reducer, their Desert Scavenger, and then using the second location reducer and the Desert Scavenger to put Red Viper out there with a dupe. Good start. He's solid character to get on the board early. I do feel risky sometimes dropping him early, but he's a game changer. Downside is at this point of the Martell's game plan, they were definitely a long-range deck. Not that they're not now, but they're a little faster. I'm seeing Edric Dane hit the board for 2, no icons, grant him an icon with a gold, and he has stealth, so it's really important, and we're sitting on a gold, so that'll be available. And then for Targaryen here, we're just seeing an extra reducer hit the table, and Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo combo's great with some of the Lannister cards, especially Jaime. You can have 2 military challenges a turn with Khal Drogo on the board, and Jaime doesn't kneel for that military challenge, so if you can get both of those out, it's a wicked combo. To see that a lot, or at least that's something I know a lot of Targaryen decks really shoot for. And we're actually duping the Hound, so I guess probably just having that some claim soak, getting it out of the hand. A lot of people like to bounce him back, but right now I don't see any reason he would want to bounce him to the hand, so. And we have a Rhaegal as well, I believe. I think that's Rhaegal. 3 Strength Dragon, Military and an Intrigue. So passing into challenge phases here, we see Martell come in with the Dornish Paramour, and he's going to be naming Rhaegal as the defender. So if we're defending here, we have to use Rhaegal. It is in the defense step, and they're actually talking about this right now. So technically, before the defense step, he can use an action. It looks like he's probably going to be doing so. And he does. So he's actually going to be using Dracarys on the Dornish Paramour. A little surprised to see Dracarys used there on Dornish Paramour instead of maybe Littlefinger. But I'm sure he just didn't want to discard a card here. He may have some really valuable things in hand. Thinks he's really planning on using. Because yeah, Dornish Paramour, while strong, I don't necessarily run it in my Martell decks anymore. I feel like the time for her is a little bit past now. Was not at the time of this video, but Okay, we see a gold paid to give Edric Dane military. We are going to attack with just him, Stealth and the Hound. So, can either lose the military challenge or kneel Khal Drogo. I'm gonna guess he chooses to just let this one go unopposed and not kneel Khal Drogo. Gives him both military attacks if he wants, a military and a power if he doesn't. Probably military and a power with Plaza of Punishment on the board. But alright, so he does indeed let it go unopposed, so Martell will gain a power for that. And then he's going to pass. I got Targ over here thinking about what he's doing for his first challenge. I think if it were me, it would be military coming in first, but there it is, military out of the Hound. So definitely forcing the Viper to defend if you're going to defend, and I definitely, I would have defended here just to prevent the win of the power challenge. But we chose not to. Killing a reducer. Gaining that unopposed power, so I guess we could do another military. Hopefully clean Edric. I just assume that we would defend this military or this power, so since both of them could be won, maybe you pass. And he's thinking as well.
So I'm going to generate 4. Yeah, it does me no good to do a power or even another military.
I mean,
pass,
alright, so we do see a pass. Martell will win the dominance based on that pass. But I think it's probably still the right move. You weren't going to win either of those challenges unless they just left it unopposed. And that's pretty unlikely, I think. So back into the plot phase here. See what's going on.
Alright, that's the maester that...
Now, I know this player, I know this Martell player, and I assume he's running some heads on spikes. A bit unconventional for Martell, and not my favorite plot overall, but I definitely expected it, and yep, here we go. There is a heads on spikes. So heads on spikes from Martell, and trading with the Pentoshi from the Targaryen player over here. So heads on spikes, choosing a card. It's basically a free intrigue attack. If you miss with intrigue, or I mean not if you miss with intrigue, but if you hit a character, you do kill that character and take 2 power. And he hit Jaime Lannister, so I know you can't see that, that's off the screen. Jaime Lannister, that big combo with Khal Drogo. Did get it, lucky pull. And I say lucky pull here, I don't mean to be disparaging. I am not a heads on spikes fan out of Martell. You know, I see its uses out of Greyjoy Stark. It's got good initiative, it's got okay gold, it does have an effect, and they struggle to do intrigue. So getting rid of some cards is great. But Martell, I just don't see it being anything but counter their game plan. And it's got too high of a variance. You killed the perfect character here, but that's not going to happen every day. So you actually see him trying to play Jaime here. Yep, okay, we did recognize that. Jaime's dead. So actually revealing he has just a dead card in hand that he can't do anything with, and I'm gonna guess that's gonna ruin his turn a little bit here. I'm sure he was planning his whole turn around paying that 6 and duping Jaime. But we instead see 4 paid for the Unsullied. Unsullied's an army, military and a power, I believe 3 strength, and their main ability is when they're in a challenge, they reduce the strength of all defending characters by 1. Pretty solid power out of Targ. They do like strength modification and burn. Then we're going to see Viserion hit the board. Viserion being the, I believe, the dragon that gains you stealth. Rhaegal, of course, the standing dragon. Didn't mention that earlier, but Rhaegal would grant Daenerys the ability to stand if she wins a challenge, and Viserion grants her stealth, I believe.
You can participate with 0 strength.
So we do. Wow, okay. So we see a Doran Martell hit the board. Doran really solid combo with the Viper. Not having a lot of effect here. Increases the strength of all lords and ladies in play with him, based on the plots and the used. So right now just one, but later on we'll get pretty ridiculous. And then an extra dupe to Edric, so Edric should stick around. So challenges come in for Targ. See a power of 5. That should be easily defended and won by Martell here.
Alright, my courtesan will jump in the way for 2.
I think you gotta defend this or you're losing Edric. Oh! Not defended and won. Okay, using Littlefinger to defend, so we're actually gonna see Plaza of Punishment triggered to kill both Edric Danes. I am surprised. I'm gonna guess that was a play mistake
Claim.
on Martell's side.
You lose one. And then Renown.
So power claim still comes in, and Renown goes out on Khal Drogo.
I'm going to call the banners. Alright. I'll be first player, so I'll trigger my run reveal and get 4. And then I'll draw a shield.
Alright, we see military come in here of 9.
Alright.
And Red Viper starts at 7.
Spend 1.
+1 for Doran and -1 for the Unsullied if he comes in here. So couldn't win this challenge. Again, I'd definitely be opposing it. Targaryen sitting on a lot of gold. I fear the put to the sword out of Targ. Even now, Targ is pretty heavy on kill. There's no Miri in his current deck. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so we're seeing unopposed again. And I called it. There's a put to the sword.
Oh, wow. I'm curious.
So Doran Martell also dying. Martell getting pretty lucky
These 3 are going to get the bottom of
with
your
the
deck.
heads on spikes, but now in a bit of a rough position. His board state's dwindling quickly, and instead of killing the Paramour, he's killing a dupe of Red Viper.
So
So we see the Hound pulled back to hand after winning a challenge, and then immediately ambushed back in. I guess a second military challenge.
So
Unless you can military for 8.
And military of 8. So
alright, I'm going to swing in.
Oh, wait, that last one was unopposed.
again, this now military of 8 also cannot be won.
And we'll stealth everybody except
Is pretty painful here.
unopposed.
There's still an intrigue challenge left too, so not sure that he's going to trigger it, but it's available just in case.
That was a monster start.
Well,
This one could go unopposed, and it does. This one here is where I don't necessarily.
Random discard.
This one here is where I don't necessarily disagree with the unopposed. At this point, you're going to lose anyway. You might as well keep your character up, but. That first one, losing Doran Martell, so rough turn
Go
2.
ahead and swing in an intrigue for 3 and see what you
And we
do.
get an intrigue in of 3. I mean, easily winnable
This is
here.
the first time I've had a Balon that's made it like
Can't let everything go unopposed.
So proud of him.
It would be 3 unopposed challenges this round, and 1 opposed. Wow, yep, unopposed. 3 unopposed challenges this round. And a defended power, so that's not everything good about.
Tyrell just had
So he did get
That is all my challenges. What you got?
Hota with intrigue. Hota is a solid card. I'm down to a one-off of him, just because he's so expensive to ambush in, and that's really the power I care about. You ambush him in, he removes another character from the challenge, or anytime he enters play during a challenge, So I shouldn't say only ambush works. Ariane Martell can bring him in during a challenge. He would still take effect. Anyway, we get a power challenge done with the Red Viper there, and he's going to gain some renown. Steal some things, we're going to get out of the way. So new plots are going to be Wildfire. We're not terribly surprised here. And to march to the wall. March to the wall with one higher initiative will be able to choose to go first. He's going to go down to 3 characters either way, so he may as well not go down to 2 with such a board advantage.
You don't have to kill anybody.
So you lose a flower because you're playing a winter. You're playing a winter plot.
So we're seeing Viserion get marched. Targ loyalists die, and I mean, you expect that. Got to kill the reducers. Nobody cares about them. They're not unique. Don't have any strength. You'd have to be pretty hurting for money to not kill him in this situation.
Marching kid, he's dying.
Okay, and we're actually changing something around, and that's being allowed here. So we actually decided to march Rhaegal and kill Viserion.
Yes, I just drew the dragon.
Who did actually trade out those targets. But you can't hear it. I did. They're joking around. He actually ended up drawing a dupe of Viserion. So now the regret of changing that kill. So the reducing location melts, and Jorah Mormont coming out there.
Oh, I got the third copy.
And Martell, we're seeing another dupe for the Red Viper and a reducer. Reducer coming out for free just because of the Blood Orange Grove down there. And we'll pay 1 to put a Tainted on Jorah Mormont, getting rid of his intrigue. And that's solid. It'll give you a unopposed intrigue most likely.
I'm just gonna start killing people.
Assuming you can kind of survive what goes on here.
She wasn't able to get the Glenn brothers out, so.
I definitely think I'm full on military here.
There are no familial ties to bind my board.
You have 2 military attacks coming, but okay, well, seems solid too. Coming in with power of 8, and would reduce the strength by 1 of anybody who defended. So there's really no way you can get around this. I'm probably gonna trigger Plaza of Punishment to burn that Desert Scavenger, and then come in with the military. So you're getting a solid power attack here. It's a good move.
So unopposed.
So power does come in unopposed. Flame and burn down the reducer. Get a renown on Khal Drogo, so speeding along on power gain here.
It never, like, I think,
Military.
yeah, it seemed like every Lannister player.
Now we're gonna go ahead and come in with military.
I had my second.
It's actually just military of 4 here.
My start was Viper and Reducer.
So he will defend and win.
Down there.
Which is, I don't actually like that as a start.
You have how much gold?
I was like,
Doesn't matter.
It works with Tywin.
I've
Tywin's
gotta
like,
make you kill it.
And then we will come in with the Hound for an unopposed military and gets the dupe.
I'm holding on to that start.
Not gonna pull the Hound back off the
Both cards was fine.
board.
Dominance.
Saying both cards are fine to discard. It's the dead dragon and Jaime, so he doesn't care at this point.
you know, when you can set up 2 arbors, so you're starting, you have +6.
And no challenges from Martell. Everything's out. Everything's knelt. So going to taxation and picking some new plots.
4 costs +3 gold.
I mean, we're still, even though there's such a big board advantage for Targaryen, we're still really close in power. That Heads on Spikes did help hitting.
Like everyone else got this.
So we see his summons on the Targaryen player side, the counting coppers on Martell's side.
Produces 3 gold. So
I'm sure Martell definitely needing some new characters.
it's unlimited and
Looks like I see a Dracarys and a Daenerys in Targaryen players at the end. We got some good options coming out there.
That's
going up
Ah,
again.
not in his hand. In what he saw, actually. So he didn't take Daenerys out of that summons. He took the Rhaegal. Either means he doesn't have the means to put Daenerys on the table, or he already has it in hand as
I think it's
well.
4 costs, so I think actually newly made Lord can't call it either.
Go with 5.
And, you know, at this point,
You said you're going first?
maybe he just doesn't really have the means to put on the table, doesn't think it's going to last that long. He does have a pretty heavy board advantage, and counting coppers doesn't give you much money. So you're just not expecting a lot to come out.
7 gold being carried by my land.
I haven't seen a long plan come out of the Martell player yet. And typically I would have expected that. I don't think I've missed my timing here. I do think a long plan would have been out. It's not. So we're seeing Gaston Grey come out, very solid. And a House Dane Knight. It's just kind of your basic House Chud. I know I've said this before probably, but he's your Tumblestone, your Salty Navigator out of other houses. But he's pretty nice, the Vicon. Intrigue, it's probably one of my favorite of those actually, with the Intrigue icon, him and the Tumblestone. Not a huge fan of the Salty Navigator, gives you the initiative, but unless you're playing Snowed Under, who really cares?
No dragon. And no gold.
So we do see Daenerys hit the table. So we did have Daenerys, and just holding that dragon in hand, I guess. So summoned it, kept it. Surprised he didn't go ahead and just take Daenerys' dupe then. Just keep her a little bit extra safe.
I'm excited for when next chapter pack I'm doing the Greyjoy Crossing again.
Then again, both of these characters
That recent drowned
will
god.
very likely will be able to pretty much kill both Martell players' characters this round. So
Yeah, no, it's Martell that's going to use
Well, because I hadn't idea, so I was like,
okay, so Martell confines the Unsullied. Confinement takes all icons.
Loses all icons.
choose your list.
Solid play. It'll keep the Unsullied from coming in, playing around this time.
This is just like it did me so like I was playing against his target deck and I was like, no, I
See
need to
Intrigue come in.
This is only when you're...
I can't lose the Intrigue challenge.
With the House Dane Knight.
Intrigue challenge.
So must want to keep that dragon if he kneels Daenerys. He hasn't done so yet, but again, I can't quite decide why he's so sold on that dragon.
And then they boost the drowned men. I think they boost collected crew. I would discard so that
I'm still assuming the other card's a dead one.
Trigger insight?
But we do go ahead and kneel Daenerys, probably for the insight there, drawing an extra card.
I was like, oh, that was a bad idea. I should have taken that out. I did one
just these two.
And keeping it from being unopposed, which is it's always important. 9 to 8 here. No sense giving free power.
That's it.
And past challenges.
If you don't have
I
wildfire, things
will
just go
swing
before it
in
gets
with
too
a
big.
military challenge.
I might just start running bears.
I have decked without wildfire reverse.
So we come in military of 4,
There are ones which
pretty much forcing him to defend with the Red Viper, and that should make the power attack, which he needs to burn the House Dane Knight, free, and then can come in and kill the Red Viper with the second military attack. So this should be about to close.
Okay.
This one will be a power challenge.
So yep, does indeed come in power challenge with the Hound there. Almost said military, but caught himself quickly.
drown men.
I will
Military's definitely not what you want to do here.
send him back
You
to
let him claim that before you can burn him.
And got 2 dashes.
trigger
And
this.
so we do go ahead and
kill
bounce
here.
the Hound for winning,
So
and
unopposed.
we'll get an unopposed claim and trigger Plaza punishment to kill that House Dane Knight, which now virtually means we're gonna get a free kill on the Viper with the renown.
I think the answer is yes. Military.
Of course, doing this means Khal Drogo's going back to your hand. You're gonna lose the 2 power, but I think it's the right decision. You're getting rid of the Viper
Claim
and that extra
goes
power.
back to my hand. So it was
So it was
unopposed.
unopposed. You're still gonna get the unopposed bonus. You still get the kill on the Viper.
Dominance for me for 3.
And Targaryen will win dominance here for these 3 standing strength. This is a pretty heavy turn for Targaryen. Martell just wasn't able to muster much there. If he can get Khal Drogo back out on the board, or even the dragon that allows you to stand when winning challenges, For some reason, I just don't. It's probably over.
I will go.
Well, we're seeing a new Heads on Spikes come out, and then Wildfire. I'm sure he's just
You are
grabbing some money.
absolutely going to draw a character.
So 5 cards to pick from. We know several of them are characters.
Please pull Jane.
She always wants to.
Oh, it's the one that.
And he gets Crown of Gold, so didn't get a character. Not going to get any power gain here, but it's good to see it out of the hand. I'm sure he wanted Khal Drogo. Get rid of your most pesky problem.
I have a buddy that just, the way Night's Watch works speaks to him on a fundamental level. Like, that Barrel Watch deck in him, it's a Crane Honor deck we call 5 R. That's how it plays. Okay. Like,
It's sitting 11 to 6. Pretty heavily in Targaryen's favor right now.
alright.
One.
There will be, I think my
So see Lannister Reducer come out. Immediately used to
Didn't have enough to
put
get for Drogo back out on the board.
the Hound out there. And doesn't have enough money to put Drogo back out, it looks like. So, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Martell drew here. King's Road comes down, reducing by 5. Putting Amira out there.
House Stain Knight.
And another House Stain Knight. So he's got a little bit of claim, and
Challenge action. What would you like to do?
there's no Khal Drogo out there, so one of these will probably survive us, man.
No, I still like it. It's just I like to mess around with other stuff. So I haven't taken it apart.
Steal a military icon.
Oh.
Maybe manage to keep this going a bit.
That's
I'm
what I
going
like.
to remove his military
That's what I do
icon.
in,
I mean, actually, now looking at the power, I'm not sure it's going to matter.
I will power.
I don't use a single one twice.
Because power's going to be
Reaction
unopposed.
to winning.
You got to burn that House Stain Knight.
It's like fashion music where it's fun.
And ties go to the winner, so you're still going to be able to get that military through as well.
no, don't do it. Yeah. Because it's like, look at the K-Wing. Isn't it cool? Yeah.
Intrigue.
Yep, so here's an unopposed intrigue.
Yeah, I felt like so much when the miniatures were, and I'm like, nope, I'm too far.
Alright. And you have how much gold?
2.
4, 5, and you're 4, 5, 6. So I will do
That's true. I
nothing.
didn't win the league.
I think I'll win dominance.
And I can't win anything.
So we actually see it go ahead and pass to dominance instead of using military to kill there. It is the right move. I guess.
It's good.
In the realm of
I don't know. I think you would have won dominance either way, but being a little bit of good sport there and shaking hands and done. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any comments for me or feedback, just let me know. Always appreciate any feedback, even if it's just to tell me I've gotten something wrong during the video. So have a great one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be trying to get these out a little bit faster. I've had some personal stuff lately, kept me a little bit behind. All right, have a good one.